Hey everyone, I'm back on YouTube doing reviews. Yes, I was gone for a while. I know the first part was laziness because I got a new computer, shiny, lovely MacBook Air named Vera, and I wasn't really sure how to use the webcam or anything because I'm terrible at technology. And then I got actually busy with life and school, so that is, I guess, kind of credible, but I'm back. So I'm doing a brief book review today, very brief, but it is very special and dear to me because it will be Goliath by Scott Westerfeld. And for those of you who don't know, I've been a Scott Westerfeld fan for I think 7 years, 6 or 7 years, which is a long time. And his work just blows me away. He's most famous for his Uglies trilogy. Technically, it's got a fourth companion book, but it's mostly thought of as a trilogy, which is pretty famous, and they have the rights to a movie and stuff. But in my opinion, it's not his best work. I'd say Midnighters or the Leviathan trilogy is far better. So I did do last year a review of Behemoth, which is the second book, and so today I'll do Goliath. And so for those of you who don't know much about the series, it takes place in an alternate World War I with lots of lovely steampunk and Darwin DNA, because in this universe it's that Darwin discovered DNA, and so then the British use fabricated beasties to fight wars, while Germany uses these big clanky machines, so which is why they're called clankers. And so the two main characters, because it's told between two different characters, are Alec, who is the fictional son of Franz Ferdinand, and Darren, who's a young Scottish girl who pretends to be a boy to join the British Air Service. So for those of you who don't know your World War I, Franz Ferdinand's assassination is what really starts the whole war. So that's where the book starts and kicks off for the rest of the series. So a lot of the book series is about these characters and the other on this ship called the Leviathan trying to stop the war from before it really escalates, because it takes place in 1914, right? So just at the beginning of the war. And the characters are great. Sorry if you can't tell by my voice, I'm still getting over a cold, and I probably don't have time to edit this video, so I'm just going to throw it out into the internet. Ha ha ha. So the characters are trying to stop the war, and also there's a lot of lovely, lovely sexual tension between Darren and Alec, because Alec does not know that Darren's a girl. Darren, as of book 2, had started to feel things for Alec, but then they met this girl, Lilith, in the book 2, who had a thing for Darren, who she thought was Dylan, but it turns out she actually knew that Darren was a girl, and it was just like love triangle complicatedness. But since it's Scott Westerfeld, he didn't make it like mushy or emotional or anything, thank goodness. So Goliath, I thought it was the perfect ending to an awesome, awesome, awesome trilogy. There's a lot of things happen in Goliath, and I don't want to say much because I don't want to spoil anything, but as Scott Westerfeld kept saying as he led up to it, you can't have war without loss, which when I was reading the book, I was like, oh god, who's gonna die? But yeah, and I just thought it was a great ending. The character development was really wonderful. Like, you can really tell how these two young people, really changed their thoughts and habits because of each other as they form this strange alliance-crossing friendship. And it was really great. I thought that the characters are great. Scott Westerfeld always writes awesome characters, especially his female characters. And I find a lot of YA, the female characters end up being just the same. And Darren's not like that. I'm not sure if it's because she spends a lot of the series acting like a guy, but she just manages to have this attitude that you don't see with girls in YA. And so I was really happy that it just continued. So even when she was feeling these feelings of love for Alec, she didn't turn all mushy and out of character. She stayed tough in who she is. So yeah, I should stop this vlog before I end up coughing out my vocal cords or whatever. But yeah, Goliath was great, and I would honestly recommend Leviathan trilogy to anyone. It's such a mix of genres. You've got your action, a bit of romance, just general friendship and family value. Not family values, but like the characters. Oops, computer. Sorry, computer's on my bed right now, so it's kind of falling everywhere. But the just relationship of the characters, you don't see much of their family, but the relationship that they have with their family, and then and the kind of family they form with each other is just very, very sweet. And yeah, I was very sad the series ended, but there's a full manual that'll be coming out next year with the release of the paperback version of Goliath. And here's my hardcover. Yeah, beautiful. So it'll be coming out next year with the paperback version of Goliath, and it will have drawings and I think character descriptions, and I don't know, it's gonna be the same work because I'm not sure if I mentioned this in my Behemoth review all that time ago, but yes, there are a few awesome drawings by Keith Thompson, who's actually a Canadian artist. So here's some of them. I think each book has about, I don't know, either 50 or 70, I can never remember. But to make it in the style of a book that was written in 1914, because books written back then, a lot of them would have really detailed illustrations. So, and they're just an awesome addition to the story. I'm saying awesome a lot, but I always say awesome, so whatever. Yeah, I really liked it. I was sad to see it end, and also sad that, oh God, the only Canadian place that Scott Westerfeld went on his tour this time was Vancouver, and that was the same thing Cassandra Clare just did. It makes me annoyed. Oh well. Yeah. So I'm reading books right now, and I promise I will get back to my regular routine of Fridays. I promise. Okay, my phone's ringing, so perfect time to stop. Bye.